Hello survivors, and welcome back to another how-to video by BeepSurvives. Today we're going to build a hydrogen miner for space and moons. And instead of the other formats where I built it block by block with you, I'm going to show you a few different stages and call out some parts, and then maybe that will be a better way to show you guys how to build this. So to get started, I'm just going to go over the ship real quick. It's just a simple 2-drill cockpit with thrusters and 1 cargo tank. It's going to have a generator on it, and it's going to have an oxygen tank on it. It's going to have hydrogen tanks and some landing gear. Pretty simple ship. So let me go ahead and take you over to the first stage here. We're going to start out by building the cockpit here, and then you're going to put a cargo container on it, followed by a hydrogen tank or an oxygen tank, and then the other one. So 1 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. And you're going to have an adapter end right there, and then throw your O2H2 generator on the back of that. And then from there, you want to slap 2 more hydrogen tanks on either side of the cockpit and the cargo container. And then on the front of those, you want another adapter end so that it can meet up with the drills. And my plan with this ship was to keep everything in line with the drills so it would fit straight through its hole, no issues. It performs pretty well, as you saw in the opening shot. Alright, so once you get this to this stage, we can move on to the next. The conveyors. So from the hydrogen tank in the middle, bring out with a conveyor straight to a line of nodes. You want 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the back of your hydrogen tank, you're going to have meet up with a conveyor adapter end. Alright. And then from the oxygen tank, just meet up with that adapter, or the node junction, with a conveyor straight. And then on the top of that 5th node junction, you're going to have a curved, and then a curved going the other way. And then for the bottom, it's going to be a T-junction, and then a curved, and a curved. And then you're going to have a conveyor adapter end on the end of that last node junction, and then you're going to have 2 conveyor slices, 1.5 meter. And you're going to do that on both sides, just mirrored. So you're going to have a straight coming out of the hydrogen tank. You're going to have a row of 5 node junctions. On the front node junction, you're going to slap down a conveyor adapter end so that the large port meets up with the small port. And then you're going to have a curved to a curved. And on the bottom of the last one, you're going to have a T-junction for a curved and a curved, and then a straight meeting up there. And an adapter end, slice, and a slice. Then on the end of the O2H2 generator, you're going to have a connector that meets it perfectly. And don't worry, it will get piped as well. If anything at this point looks like it's not piped up, it will be. And then once you get it to this stage, you're going to want a no junction on the front of the cockpit port, and then two curved ones like this. That's the second stage done. From there, we're going to be slapping thrusters down and filling in gaps. So on the top, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 pointed up, and 5 pointed out, 4 pointed down, 2 on the bottom facing forward, and on the top, 1 facing forward on both sides. At the back of your conveyor slices, you're going to put a 2-meter hydrogen thruster on each side. It should come out even with a connector like this, so that you can dock up with some of those bulky stations if you need to. Alright, once you're done with this stage, we're going to be filling in the gaps here between the tanks and the thrusters, putting on the landing gear, and connecting up the connector. So in the middle, I have a battery, 2 gyroscopes. On top of those, I have my ore detector, more batteries, and my landing gear, 2 gyros on either side. Make sure to leave open some space for future thruster damage. If it's more than 2 blocks later, it ends up being 3, then these gyros and the landing gear are at risk. So just keep that in mind in the future. And then to connect up the connector, we have some conveyors leading into a T-junction here and into the thruster ports. Then at the front of this ship, I just have a spotlight and some crates of personal items like tanks, medkits, etc. And then from there, you can start your armoring. I recommend half slopes to keep the profile slow, or the profile low, excuse me. Fill in with some light structural components. And then on the bottom for the conveyor lines, this is how I have it armored up, just to protect them a little bit. You don't have to armor your ship up too much. Just make sure that the hydrogen tanks and even the oxygen tank, just in case, are protected at least by a rib, just so you don't bang into a rock and have it explode on you. We've got 2 versions of the ship, the version that I've shown you. And then if you don't want the conveyors at the bottom for the connector, and you don't need a O2H2 generator, you can remove the generator and put the connector directly up right here. And then have it connected to the thrusters. And then in that case also, you won't need these spacers. That's up to you. I like to have the generator on there just in case. And to get your ship started, to move it to your base connector to fill it up, you can just slap down a generator anywhere and pipe it up real quick and get a little bit of hydrogen in it. Alright guys, I'm gonna take this ship out and do some mining with it. I'm gonna start on asteroids and then we're gonna go to the moon. And I have also tested this on Chemic's moon, Coligo, and it does sustain itself there as well, fully loaded. Alright guys, that's all there is to it. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. And, you know, if you need help, feel free to join the Discord. I check it regularly, as the comments too. So, you know, just go ahead and post somewhere and I will give you a help. Alright guys, keep on surviving and have fun.